What's up, guys? Here with a Ragna tutorial to, walk you guys through all his stuff that he has, so we can get a better understanding of how the character works for all those who are just jumping into the game or having issues. Here we go. We can walk yourselves into understanding Ragna. So Ragna is a fairly easy character to understand. He has pretty basic and easy tools and will get you through the game in case if you're having, not understanding what to do. Very easy, very basic. Starters, his forward run is a running animation. Unlike other characters, in this game there's multiple characters with different run. There's dash, there are short dash, and in Ragna's case he has a run, so it's easier to apply pressure and to get in. His back animations is walk. Has a very decent amount of speed for a walking animation going backwards. Is a double jump, and that's about all the basics we can get of his movement. Next, his light normals. So back light is his jab. It's a high attack that on hit will link up to each other 3 times. But if you press it the 4th time, it will link itself into the auto combo. But be aware though that this move is a high attack, so it's guaranteed to whiff on crouching opponents. Although this is Ragna's fastest option, you won't be using this too much, mainly because of its usage. Next will be his standing light. Standing light is his go-to button. You will almost always use this button out of all the moves he has in this game. It's pretty fast for its has a lot of range, and it's very easy to convert off. Next will be crouching light. Crouching light has a fairly decent amount of range for its usage. It's a low attack, and you can link it up to standing light and finish off the combo. Because of the fact that it's a low, you can start doing some low pokes mix-ups, maybe into standing light into low light into low light. The good thing about this is the fact that it has fast recovery, so you can always try to get a reaction off your opponent by just pressing it again just to get a reaction, and it does a fairly decent amount of damage. Next will be standing medium. Standing medium is Ragna's anti-air. Very, very strong tool for him. It has head invulnerability, and also it's very easy to convert off with a decent amount of damage. Right here we can demonstrate of its head invulnerability. Oops. Right there. So if you see an opponent going for an air option and if you're able to predict it, go ahead and just do the anti-air. The only issue with standing medium is its lack of horizontal range. Its horizontal range is very poor, but it makes up for it for its insanely large vertical hitbox. Next will be crouching medium. It's okay. It has less range than crouching light, but crouching medium does more damage, and you can Gatling crouching light into crouching medium in case your opponent doesn't expect you going for a second low. You can also follow up with crouching medium into standing medium and go for combo. Next will be standing heavy. Standing heavy is the universal generic overhead. Ragna's is pretty basic and has a decent amount of range. Not even decent, Nash actually has a pretty good amount of range for him. Yeah, never mind. Pretty decent amount of range. It's not like the Under Night Emperor characters where theirs lunge forward, but because of its pretty decent amount of speed, it makes up for its speed. It comes up pretty fast, so you can always get the answer to your opponent for a surprise overhead attack. Mind you, there's no point in trying to combo into this because you can't get anything out of it. So kind of avoid trying to do that. Next will be his Crouching Heavy. Crouching Heavy is one of Ragna's better tools in the game. It's a low attack that you can convert into a special attack for punishing opponents for not ducking. Very long range, and you can always abuse the button by trying to outpoke your opponent pressing any unnecessary buttons at a fairly long range distance. Once you get the hit confirmed, you can always follow with Hell's Fang, or Infernal Divider, or Super. But your main tool will be the the Hell's Fang. So, next will be his jumping attacks. Jumping A will be your go-to A attack because of its very long vertical range going downwards, and also very easy to convert off and follow up with standing A. In case your opponent is blocking jumping A, you can always follow up with jumping AA. It's the follow up to A in the air, and he doesn't need. What makes this tool very interesting and pretty strong is in case your opponent blocks the first hit and decides to duck on a second hit, the second hit will be considered an overhead because all jumping attacks in most fighting games, or all fighting games, depends, will be an overhead attack. This is demonstrated right here by the exclamation mark above my head. Next will be JB. JB is an okay move. You almost never use this as an approach tool in the air. Or I only see this move being used if the opponent is above you, and you can use this due to its high vertical hitbox going upwards. Also, you can also use this move for regaining some of Ragna's health back. Let me demonstrate this right here. Now, the difference between JA and JB is JA rewards you for damage, while JB rewards you with less damage, but gives you health in return. Doesn't really matter in the end of the day because you will almost always link both of them in a combo like this. Next will be J Heavy, which is a fairly okay move. Very solid move that you can use in the air, although you probably won't use that too much. Does pretty good damage. The only issue is on recovery, it's hard to chase after the opponent when they hit the ground. For example, like this. Oops. Oops. It's mainly because they recover really fast the moment they hit the ground, but it will be extremely hard to follow up with. It's okay, but you won't use it too much, or I wouldn't recommend it. Another thing that's really good about this move, a really good thing about this move is the fact that you can follow up your special attacks when you hit the ground. The only issue is you have to get a sweet spot, apparently. There we go. There we go. The move requires to be in a very situational position where you be able to follow up. The character will bounce off of the move, and you can follow up with a special attack or super. It's just, most cases, it will only happen a lot of the times if you anti-air with standing B, because the opponent is going to be already high up in the air, and it will put you in that sweet spot for you to follow up with. Next, we're going to go through Ragna's special attacks. So, first one will be Hell's Fang. The move is his best move to get in. It has really great range. The only issue is it's not full screen. It becomes full screen if you do the follow-up though. Does pretty good damage. It's also very easy to convert off of in combos, and it'll be your go-to combo ender and wall hit. And you can always chase down the opponent right after it. Its weakness is the fact that the one of its weaknesses is the fact that the move is unsafe on block. Oops. Let's try it again. Let's go. So one of his weaknesses is the fact that the move is unsafe on block if you do the follow-up, mind you. The follow-up is the part where it's unsafe. But the first part of the move is actually safe on block. So the first move is actually safe on block. Another gimmick that you can do, well actually not another, but a gimmick that you can do with it is when an opponent successfully blocks Hell's Fang, and if you anticipate that they're going to push a button, you can always follow up with Inferno Divider. Mind you, that is a very huge risk, and I don't recommend relying on it, but it is something that you can keep your opponent on his toes for. The next move will be Gauntlet Hades. Gauntlet Hades is a overhead combo extension that you can use. It's another one of his very easy to convert off special attacks. The only issue with the move is the fact that it launches you way too high and too far in the air to convert off of it. Now, I'm not saying that it's impossible to combo into, it's just chances are that there's a chance you may drop it. Another interesting about it is that it's an overhit. If you were successfully get the first hit, just don't do the follow-up, because they're locked into a lot of hit stun for you to do whatever you want on the first hit. I recommend doing this if you feel the opponent is not going to stand up, and you can just follow up with Gauntlet Hades. Another interesting thing about Gauntlet Hades is you can do it in the air, and if you're stuck in the corner, you can always use this as an escape route. Another weakness that this move has is the second hit can be crouched. Oops. Right there. So, because of the fact that the second hit can be crouched, and regardless, the second hit is also very unsafe, it's not recommended to do the follow at all.
You scared?
Next will be Dead Spike. Light Dead Spike will be an attack you will probably use to end your block streak. Very good, comes out extremely fast and right in front of Ragna, and it pushes him back just enough for it to render you safe a little bit. Then you have Medium Dead Spike. Medium Dead Spike takes a little while to come out with more starter frames, but it makes up for it with its being able to be used as a projectile moving forward. Where Dead Spike really shine is being used as a medium. If you have your opponent on hard knockdown, you can always follow up with Dead Spike and forces them back into a block. And then we have Enhanced Dead Spike. Enhanced Dead Spike is very useful. You can use it to extend your combos by only doing the first 2 strings. It costs 1 bar of meter to do, and it does a good amount of damage altogether. Not only that, but it has ridiculous range from in front of Ragna. Next will be his enhanceable moves. You have Blood Sight. Luckily, Blood Sight is a very fast aerial move where Ragna comes down and hits you with Scythe. Comes out extremely fast and is very useful for starting up combos or combo extensions. The only thing I think of is his only weakness is it's possibly unsafe. Nope, it's safe on block. But another thing I can see that is weakness is the fact that he's rendered in the air. So anti-airs are guaranteed to beat it.
Let's go.
Next will have to be Inferno Divider, the universal DP. Ragna's Inferno Divider has a beefy amount of range. And it has a follow-up which goes into hard knockdown. Like every DP in this game, you're unable to use your assist, and be wary for it is very punishable on block. So now, next we go to Ragna's supers. Kyron Scissors will be the super you will most guaranteed use in a lot of situations to get the kill. What's really interesting about Kyron Scissors is the fact that it has invulnerability of projectiles.
You scared?
Oh, here we go.
Crush! Let's go. Dead splash! Go! Dead splash! Let's go.
Just like that.
Dead splash!
Another good thing of it is it comes extremely fast.
You scared? Let's go.
Its only weakness is, like most supers, it would be very unsafe on block. So only do it if you react into a projectile or want to get comboed. Next, we have his other super, Devoured by Darkness. Devoured by Darkness is the stronger super. The only issue is his lack of range. You would do these in case if the combo you're doing ends right in front of you. That's the only time I recommend doing it. Other than that, you'll most likely be using Kyron Scissors. And like Kyron Scissors, it is also unsafe on block.
You scared? You scared?
Now that those are out of the way,
Let's go.
his assist attack. Ragna's back assist, he does light Hell's Fang. Well, light Dead Spike. Makes the opponent airborne, so you can always follow up with any combo you like.
Let's go.
His neutral assist is that he does Hell's Fang. It's very easy to convert off of, and it does a lot of wall carry. The only thing you have to do is chase after them.
Let's go. Nice try.
What's also interesting enough is on block. On block, Ragna only does the first hit though. So be wary of that. Some people mistakenly think that he's going to follow up with the follow-up, but he doesn't.
Nice try.
And lastly, his fourth assist, which to me is the second best. Well, is the best assist that he has. It comes out extremely far, and it has the same properties as if it was enhanced, so they have the opponent bounce off and you can combo off of it. Another good thing about it is because of the fact that Ragna is already in the air, you can use that to you can use that as an approach option, and or bait out a projectile that you think you can punish from far away. Now, on to Ragna's combo routes. Ragna's generic AAAA combo, the generic B combo.
Let's go. You scared? You scared?
You can link all his low attacks and then follow up with Hell's Fang.
Let's go.
You can do AA to BB and then follow up with Hell's Fang.
Let's go.
ABAAAA into... Oh wait, I forgot about one. Nightmare Edge. Nightmare Edge is Ragna's go-to combo ender in the air. There's two things about this move. Do you want to follow up with more damage, or do you want Oki? In most cases, you will want, if you're going to get the kill, go for damage. But if you want to go for Oki, don't finish up the follow-up, and you can chase and you can predict what your opponent's next tech option is going to be. Its only weakness is that, unlike Ruby, it doesn't have a large hitbox behind it, and it doesn't autocorrect either. This will be the move that you'll always be using compared to just ending it with J heavy. So, back into combos. A, A, B, B into another B again, and follow up with A, A, B, A, B, A, B into Nightmare Edge. Grab into Enhance Blood Scythe, A into Nightmare Edge. Back grab, A, B, A, oops. Back grab, A, B, A, Nightmare Edge. You can also do forward grab into Enhanced Dead Spike. Only do the first two strings. And then A, B into Nightmare Edge. Now, those are just nothing but sample combos. I'm pretty sure you can come up with your own. Other than that, that's all the stuff I had to show you guys so far. I hope this breakdown of the character really helps you out. Leave a like and subscribe in case you want to find out more stuff about other characters that I'll be doing in the future. Until then, good luck out there, my guys.
You scared?